EA games are greedy, they destroy what we love, and sooner or later, they are gonna get what they deserve. Which is probably not gonna be for the next 50 years, because when GTA 6 releases, it's gonna literally make multiple billions in the first month, which means EA is gonna be safe for a very long time. That's kind of arguably good and bad at the same time.
Wilson has a problem. He's the CEO of Electronic Arts, and that means he's got to lead the quarterly earnings presentations. And time again, he's had to tell
The CEO doesn't have to do. He can make someone else instead of him. That's not actually a thing.
investors that they have not been able to make the line go up with Apex Legends, and not for a lack of trying. We had, as an example, in 2023, the Final Fantasy VII Buster Sword gacha game, and that gave way to a business model overhaul that was completely rejected by players, meaning that EA had to scrap its worst parts. And that's where today gets fun. Electronic Arts just had their earnings call, and Wilson said to drive significant growth and re-engagement, large systemic change is required. So if you're an Apex player and that's just been said about your game, you're probably going to feel a little bit worried. And right on cue, some changes have just hit the game. We are going to be going deep into gambling land. Just take a look at what the store looks like, because whenever you click in some of those things in the store, turns out that's not just a button to buy some things. Oh no, it's a button that takes you into an entire other monetized system with its own progression track.
Well, pretty much as almost every progression track and monetization system in gaming. I mean, EA is evil, don't get me wrong, but currently, this doesn't seem out of the already everyday normal experience of my life. So, questionable.
It's all kind of crazy, so let's jump in. The first thing we need is proper context, so here's the Steam chart for Apex Legends. Across 3 months, you can see it's trended down, but there is a new spike with the new season. Context can't hurt though, so let's zoom out. Now we've got the 1 year view, and that sees us down from around a 340k player average to 147.
Wait, the all-time peak was 2 years ago, and it was 600k players, and the average players are 1/3 of that? I mean, Apex Legends is doing good. Very, very, very good, by the way, considering everything. So this is literally just technically corporate greed. And it's not really actually greed, because there is a difference between greed, which I would say is true if Apex Legends was like, 20, if the decline was steeper and more visible and blah blah blah. But this is not corporate greed. This is just the fact that if they have this much of a player attention and they can't make actually a line go up, that means is they are just fumbling basic business shit about monetization in general, which is insane. And yeah, that's not corporate greed. That's just, hey, you idiot, you're supposed to actually do something with this game, which is technically not good for us gamers, but you can't. But there is a difference, and I feel that it needs to be said, because there is a distinction between these two things.
But even worse is the 3-year view, because with that we can see weekly peak averages of 624k, and well, before that, a year of rapid growth. With that chart, you can see why they're worried. Now, the 2023 Final Fantasy VII Gacha event, of course, sold great, and it was them doing the inevitable, earning more money not by growing the game or making it better, but doing an Overwatch, doing a Fortnite, doing brand collaborations. Basically, it's live service carcinization, just that instead of evolution converging into the form of a crab, it's just games converging on brand invasions, which is pretty damn annoying. But don't worry, if you're an Apex player, it does get a lot more spicy. Now, these changes were not enough to save the team. Apex has seen layoffs across its core development team and multiple QA teams as well, because we all know that when you want to grow something, the best thing you should do is shoot it in the kneecaps first. Now, when Wilson said large systemic change, of course,
they're not talking about actually growing the game. The game... God. Can I actually find an image of this? Basic finance for growth stages of company. Can I find a childish image to display this so people understand? The introduction, the growth stage, the maturity stage, that's pretty okay with me. Okay, so let me put it on the screen. Let's gonna check this. Okay, there we go. Now you see this picture right here. Yes, this is literally the inevitable situation that almost every product ever will fucking be in. Even drugs, something that where the people cannot go without, and I'm talking about the legal ones, prescribed ones, not oxycodone though, is gonna go through pretty much this. This is not exactly the image that I'm looking for. The image I was looking for is 5 times more childish than this, but this is just basic finance. The introduction stage. Low sales, high costs, no little profits. We are gaming, so this is not actually reasonable for our thing. We start here at the growth stage because when something big gets dropped and becomes big instantaneously, we skip this. Okay, this stage can be skipped. The growth stage. This is with Apex Legends. Probably, if I pull out the Apex Legends all-time player count, this would be represented here very firmly. Then the maturity stage where everything is fine, and then the decline stage. Okay, and then you are trying to boost up this decline stage as much as possible. And in the decline stage, your profits go down because numbers go down, graph goes down, everything goes down. And in this decline stage, you still want graph go up. And that means you need to do a lot of things. And whenever you're talking about a game that has either reached the maturity stage or the decline stage, by the way, is this even fucking official? I don't know. Do they still teach it? Do they now teach it like this in finance schools or whatever, or is it still the fucking rising stars, old dogs, and that thing? Because that's more funny, by the way, than this garbage. This looks too corporate, too soulless, too boring. Okay, shooting stars, rising dogs, praying fucking camels. That was cool at least. Okay, this is why business has a bad rap. But whatever. Okay, back to the video because I explained what needs to be explained. When we're talking about something, misclick. Oh, actually, it works like that, huh? Ooh, cool, very cool. When we're talking about something like that, a game that is at the later stages of its life, significant growth is not actually attained to the player growth. It's not actually almost ever contributed to that because you are already doing everything you can with, crossovers so you can create slutty female skins and sell them. You're already doing all of that. And people are typically not actually looking to get new players in unless it's an expansion. Then that counts. But otherwise, you are pretty much never actually talking about getting new players in. You're just talking about the already existing player base exploitation schemes.
Already had tried that. They did a new system with the battle passes. Instead of 1 pass per season, there would be 2. And
yeah, this was horrible.
Actually tried to make it so those passes were only purchasable with real money. No more buying them with in-game currency. Now this blew back on them hard because, shockingly enough, rug pulling your remaining players is not a great plan. Backtracks ensued, and Respawn issued a statement. Here's what they said. They recognize that they need to be more timely, transparent, and consistent in their communications. Your priorities are our priorities. Cheaters, game stability, and quality of life updates are top of mind. We need to get better, and it's why we're acknowledging them here.
Good dodge. If anyone believes this sentence, I got a bridge to sell you. Or 5, I honestly... I have infinity bridges in my possession.
And after this statement, the double passes stayed, but they could be earned with in-game currency, and true to their word, quality of life updates did actually happen. There were anti-cheating efforts that were more transparent, but just take a look at the Steam charts. They were not looking great. Apex players knew that their game was embattled, and then the news dropped that, well, if you're playing the game in Linux, good luck, because, well, you won't be able to play it anymore. Linux support, meaning no Steam Deck, that is dropped, nice. All because of their anti-cheating efforts. So for Apex players, they have seen bad, they've seen worrying things, and that means that when they heard Wilson's words, large systemic change, fear was inspired more than anything else. Big picture, EA's earnings call did actually have great results, just not for Apex Legends. College football and EA Sports FC are making bank for the company. Sims has absolutely exploded since it went free to play, but Apex missed its quarterly earnings targets as a result of the first pass of this season being free to everybody. But they said that they did see spending return to previously seen levels with the second paid pass. And that's where things get fun, because everybody could earn the first Season 22 premium pass for free. They would just do a challenge, and if they wanted to, they could then upgrade to the premium plus pass for a discount. Beyond that though, they work per the new normal with a few little twists, and that's where things get quite fun. So there's a premium pass, yes, it costs 950 Apex coins, and there are 1300 coins in the track, which sounds great. But there's actually two more types of pass, the Ultimate Pass and the Ultimate Plus Pass. Now, they're only purchasable with real currency, but
I'm sorry, where's the Ultimate Plus Pass? Am I getting duped? No Ultimate Plus Pass? How is this possible?
Kicker. They have instant rewards, which are crafting currency and 800 Apex coins worth of loot boxes. And that's the thing, buying with points only gets you the basic version of the premium pass. It almost exists to make you feel like you should upgrade to Ultimate, right? Or maybe even to Ultimate Plus, because with that, you'll pay more money, but you'll get level skips, you'll get better skins, and of course, you'll unlock all legends for the duration of...
Dude, one of the biggest eye-opening moments in fucking life is understanding how honestly many the premium battle pass, where you're skipping like 5 fucking levels, which is nothing, and get like, 2k of the battle pass currency, which is the equivalent of nothing. And that you need to spend like 20-30 bucks extra for that, and you literally get fucking nothing. It is insane how many people buy it. Okay? It is insane. It's sad.
Of the pass, which is only half a season. So with changes like that, I can absolutely see why Wilson said spending return, but obviously they don't need it to return. They need it to grow. So he says they're working retention now, but they've got those significant changes in the future. What does that mean? And what was the deal with all those headlines about Apex Legends 2.0? We'll deal with that, and then we'll get into the fun gambling.
Bro, wait, did we just witness true feminism right now?
What does that mean? And what was the deal with all those headlines about Apex Legends 2.0?
Hell yeah! Oh yeah.
We'll deal with...
Oh yeah, that's some true feminism right there.
That, and then we'll get into the fun gambling. What significant changes means is specifically not Apex 2.0. Wilson responded rather bluntly to an investor question, saying that the version 2 of a thing almost has never been as successful as the version 1 thing. And he's obviously not wrong. Apex Legends 2.0 would take away from 1.0. Our most obvious example of this is Overwatch 2, but just this summer we actually got another example in the form of Smite 2. They are trying to have Smite 2 coexist with Smite, but it's just not worked. You can
That's not gonna work, yeah. By the way, I completely forgot to look into what's happening with Smite 2.
Take a look at SteamDB, and you can actually add together Smite 1 and Smite 2, and when you do that, you see that combined, they are below where Smite was before any of that happened. And not years before, just weeks before.
I'm surprised Smite is even doing that good.
And in the wake of Smite 2's release, Hi-Rez have had to shut down multiple games and they've laid off staff. So Andrew Wilson is right. Apex's asset is the players that it has. A 2.0 would not work. And his answer, shutting down the investor, is strong, but brace yourself, it's painful to listen to. Get a load of this. Anytime we call a global player community to have to choose between the investments they've made to date and future innovation creativity, that's never a good place to put our community in. Yeah, look, he's right. The problem is
that's
he didn't
strangely
really speak like
considered.
a human. I've never heard of 2.0 of a game be called future innovation creativity. That's absolutely crazy. But there is a point. Apex has got two choices: manage decline or to climb out of its hole. Wilson's large systemic change is not fully here yet, but we can see what they're doing and all of the exciting new consumption opportunities that Apex Legends players can enjoy. The first bit of news is to get people back. The launch version of Apex Legends is back as a time-limited mode. It's something we've seen Fortnite and other games do pretty damn successfully, and there's another event, basically another tweak in the gameplay with rifts that can have items in them. I won't get into the details, but that's all exciting stuff along with a character rework that people have very much wanted. Of course, why it's there is to get you back in, to get you spending, and it's the spending that gets interesting. They have added in retro packs. So Apex Legends has loot boxes in the form of Apex packs. These retro packs are different, and there are two types: Battle Pass ones and event ones. And the way that they work is they contain rewards from past events and battle passes. They're designed to be a continual new feature, but whenever one of them is active, it will have its reward pool be limited to a specific battle pass. Where it gets fun is, well, these cost 500 Apex coins, which is five times the price of a regular Apex pack. That's quite fun. Now, it gets even more interesting. If you partially completed a prior battle pass, then the loot pool, well, there'll be no dupes in it. And that does mean that, let's just say you only had to get the final 20 levels of the battle pass. Because it's the end of the battle pass, oh boy, those are going to be the high value items. So you can see how it's a very intelligent monetization squeeze. And speaking of those, this is all off the back of South Korea forcing EA's hand with regulations that force the disclosure of drop rates. And this one is quite something. It transpires that for all of this time, the drop rate of heirloom shards from Apex
0.045. Oof. That means you need to open up roughly 1,000 of them to just have a 1% chance of getting a drop. A cumulative, which this does not probably even work that way. Holy shit.
Apex packs has been 0.
And at that rate, you probably need to open around 50,000 packs to even have a decent-ish % chance total of a probability to actually get something. And even then, you are not even close to 50% probably.
0.045%. Now, there is a guaranteed drop after 500 packs, but previously the game said less than 1%.
How generous! How generous!
Of course, the actual number was 1/5 of 1%, which I don't think is what most people would have assumed. You're actually more likely to hit the pity system than you are to get a drop. Now, a pack costs 100 coins, so 500 packs is 50,000 coins, which is over $300. But of course, if you're buying that many coins, you'll obviously want to be signed up to EA Play to get an exciting 10% discount. So it's kind of wild stuff. And with the retro pack...
Oh, man. Now I'm hearing more about EA Play. Again, it's as much of a scam as something like what you Xbox Game Pass. All of these things are just scams.
We see them doubling down even more. So much so that there's actually even more. There are 3 exciting new monetization features. Not only do heirloom shard packs have a truly Vegas tier animation, but there's a new loot.
Also, by the way, so even the act of, by the way, adding a discount to some, okay, so let's say you're buying a pack, want to buy a pack that costs $100, and you get it, and you can get it for 80, well, 90. Let's be real, it's never gonna be less than 90. Less than you're gonna get it for 90 if you have the EA whatever subscription. Right? And it costs like $15, let's say. So if you buy 2 packs of this, you're making money. You're technically saving, right? Well, that is right, except it's not. That's not how real life works, okay? The whole concept of applying a discount on something is literally created with the explicit intent to get people to buy shit that they would not buy in a case when they didn't have a discount. So your EA Pass offering you a discount is constantly just gauging you, forcing you, guiding you in the direction of buying something that you would have never bought and if you didn't buy the pass in the first place. So from those $100, yeah, you saved 10. But the reality is, if you didn't have the EA Game Pass, you would have fucking saved $115 because you wouldn't buy that shit in the first place. That's how it works. And the longer you spend, the more chances you are gonna buy something like that.
Loot pool display feature, a bulk pack opening tool, and most importantly of all, the Spark system. And the Spark system is quite something. You see, you've got this exciting thing. It's called a Spark meter. And oh, just looking at it, don't you want to fill it up? Well, you can fill it up. That's the great news, dear viewer. And
nice.
when you fill it up, you'll actually get rewards. Now, to fill that bar up, you need to purchase Apex packs, but only the first.
We have already seen this, by the way. This is nothing new. Even Magic the Gathering Arena has this, and it's the special packs. You know, where the probability of you getting something is better. That's what you get from buying shit. Okay, there's two types of rewards. You can get rewards for buying shit, as in you get extra when you buy stuff, or you get extra when you open enough things. Both of them are scams, obviously. Anyway, that's it. Value news, 10 out of 10. EA still being evil, no excuses. Bye.